Hey everybody, welcome back to Skyward Sword. In the last episode, we did some upgrading and collected some items and some pieces of heart, and we got our banded shield, which you can upgrade at Gondo's scrap shop, a wooden shield, which I would just recommend you have 2 of them. If you can upgrade twice, even better. Pick up a revitalizing potion in case one of your shields does start to break, because then it just gets annoying to come back up to the sky, and a heart potion, because you're gonna need it. And that should be it, and check the last episode for all the heart pieces that we picked up. One of them is actually available here, I believe. And now we're going to head into that temple that we were going to head into from like 2 episodes ago. Something that I want to bring up right here is the fact that the way I've been commentating Skyward Sword has been post-commentary, just because it's been easier for me. But as I was practicing the Skyview Temple, I had a lot of just freak-out moments that would have just been interesting to capture on, like, live. So, what I'm thinking to do for Skyward Sword is to post-commentate just everything else, and to live commentate, like, the temples and the boss battles and things like that, so I can get, like, genuine reactions, and that way it feels more real. The only thing that'll be post-commentated is something like this, because I can't read what's on the screen because it's so tiny. So this will be post-commentated right now. A report, Master. It is possible to descend to a specific bird statue on the surface after you've already visited it and have memorized its location. To do this, point to the area you want to descend, and that's basically it. Yep. So what we can do is all those bird statues that we went around and saved at different points in the game, make it easier to go to a location instead of like going here and making your way back. So we could just go straight here to what is called the Forest Temple. No relationship towards the Forest Temples of future Zelda games that we truly really know of. So, back here, you'll notice that if you head over here, you can't go in. You can't do anything. So, what you want to do is kind of explore this area. Technically, you really don't need to, but I'm just going to show this the way that it's kind of supposed to be done. So if you come over here to this area, you'll see this stone tablet. He who descends from above, look to the star that the bird rising heavenward gazes upon, and aim your shot there. So, if you've played this before, then you know what it's talking about. If you don't, and you're barely playing this game for the first time ever, I highly recommend you do, because it's a great game. Pull out your slingshot, look upward, because this is apparently a bird, I never got that. Look up, shoot this crystal. And welcome to the temple. Okay, so what I'll be doing in Skyward Sword is be doing these overviews of the dungeons. You're gonna see a shadowed out item that will be the main item of the dungeon, and then you'll see the collectibles. Like in the Skyview Temple, we can pick up 1 piece of heart and a goddess cube. And this is the overview of the dungeon. Master, I have bad news. The auras of many creatures reverberate throughout this temple. As a result, I can't isolate Zelda's aura. You will not be able to track her here, which means we are unable to douse. Given the situation, I suggest you look around to see what we should move next. Anyway, welcome to the Skyview Temple. first thing you're going to want to do is save in here. And yes, you can go outside from anywhere from these things. It just makes it that much easier. But, as you saw before we entered the temple, or like kind of entered the temple, and before Fi spoke, I gave you an overview of what the temple will do, and that is something that I'm going to be doing with all the temples. Anyway, if we look at our map of the Skyview Temple, you'll notice it's very small. There's not anything we could do at the moment. So, we're just going to follow this path around. And let me tell you something really quickly. First is that I spit on my phone. Secondly is that, do you see this? Do you see spider webs here? Okay. Let me be the first to welcome you to my fear of spiders. I do not like spiders. I literally almost questioned not playing this game because of the fact that I don't like spiders. So that almost turned me off from LPing this game, but as I practiced it, it's not as bad as I remember the first time playing it, because the first time playing it, I played it with a walkthrough, and it was not a fun experience at all. Like right now, my frames are dropping. Can I turn around? Can I turn around? Can my frames stop dropping? Because there's a monster claw that I could clearly pick up, but I guess I won't be able to pick it up. Nope. Oh, there was a monster claw here. I could have used that. Okay, well, as I was saying before, I don't even remember what I was saying before, honestly. Just that, the first time that I played this game, I hated this temple. To this day, I still do not like this temple. I hate this temple. Not just because of the spiders, but I don't know what it is. I just really don't like the Skyview Temple. And now what we could do here is, if you aim correctly, and have really good aim, you can hit that crystal, which will unlock this door, and you don't have to deal with that Deku Baba at all. And I should have identified those bad enemies that were coming at us, but I didn't. So, anyway, come in this room, and there isn't anything for you to do in here. This room confused me the first time I played this. But, if you identify this enemy, it says that this magical sentry has a natural tendency to stare at the tip of pointed objects. It kind of gives you sort of a hint, but you don't want to pull out your slingshot, you don't want to jump towards the enemy. No, I've tried everything before, I've done it all. I've done it all and then some. What you want to do is pick up your sword, go like this, move your Wii remote around. Come on, come on. Of course it doesn't work when I want to do it. There we go. And make it dizzy, and that just, that throws me off, just because it's really comical, and it just doesn't really fit the rest of Skyward Sword, the way the eye just falls and becomes bigger. I don't know, it just bothers me. I don't know about anybody else. Here, first, let's do that, shake off these little things, which I believe are called Mews. I'm not really sure on that. Pick up some Deku Nuts. Could always use some of those. You really don't have to get rid of this enemy, but, you know, I guess it helps. Let's come over here, and welcome to the main hub of this dungeon. It's beautiful, it's a creepy place, and guess what? First enemy I don't like. This is a Walchula, a spider basically. Found mostly in ivy and walls, you can expect this creature to approach when it senses your presence. The beast lives on other creatures' bodily fluids. A fully grown Walchula is several orders, magnitude, and much more dangerous. Gross. Gross. Alright, and we haven't defeated any of the enemies. You don't have to tell us every single time. I hate these things with a passion. Die. Die. These I don't hate so much. These aren't so bad. It's their counterpart that is the worst thing in the world that I hate. But anyway, you can break this, and basically you are in the back, in the main area of the first room of the dungeon. That's just a nice shortcut. Oh, new enemy. This is a green Bokoboblin. This variety of Bokoboblin enjoys dark places such as caves. Its sunlight deficient has turned its skin green. However, like its red brethren, it exhibits a fascination with festive undergarments. Yep. not any more difficult than a red bokoblin. Just like that, and pretty much you're good to go. There's nothing really you could do in this room. If you notice this way, that room is locked. I don't really feel like talking to you, Fi. I just don't. Over here, if you look, you need a key for that room, so we can't do anything. So the only room we can head into is this one. So hit the thing just like we did in the beginning. The gemstones is what I should be calling them. And we can head into this room. Over here, and get rid of the spider web, and get ready for the ugliest enemy I hate in the world. Are you ready for this? Say hello to Skulltula. Skulltulas. This giant species of spider inhabits the deepest areas of forest. It attacks with highly adhesive webbing in order to prevent its prey to move. It has a tough outer carapace, but its stomach may be vulnerable to attack. How gross does this thing sound right now? I hate these enemies so bad. But what you want to do is swing horizontally at them. It will reveal this backside, and then you just go 1, 2, and it's dead. Oh. Anyway, this has 2 doors lead to rooms left and right. But they will only open when the gemstone struck. One is above, one is below. So, what you want to do is, technically I guess you really didn't need to do that, but you know, if you wanted to, you could. Let's kill these enemies, because I hate them. And that way they really don't bother us. Ah well, we'll just jump down. We'll kill them from down here. Will you die? Thanks. Okay, but what you want to do... Ooh, did it drop something important that I might want? I heard something drop. No? Okay, well, I guess not. I'm spending way too much time in this room. Come over here, this area. Look upward, use your slingshot, hit the gemstones again. And just like the fun water temple, but this isn't as bad as that, it raises the water level back in the main room. You're gonna want to remember that. And then this will take you back in a circle to where we just were. Oh, I didn't need to do that. So let's go back into the main room and see if there's anything that we can do there with the main room that we couldn't do before, now that the water level is slightly higher. And you'll notice this log rose up, and you'll notice some vines over there. No matter what you do, you can't get over there. So we can't do anything with this log just yet. This is kind of confusing, but if you kind of remember that sign, it said 1 gemstone is above, 1 is below. That one was, I guess, technically... yeah, that gemstone was above. And then there's one over here. This one you could just hit with your sword. And now we can enter the next room. So let's head over and find out what is in that room. I was kind of thinking about ending off the episode here, but I think we could do this one more room and we should be good to go, if I'm not mistaken. This room has... okay, this enemy here for us, which we can just get rid of. Oh, are you not dead? Okay, fine, that was weird how you didn't die there. Okay, here, you can't go across right there. So what you want to do is, first of all, not have a freak out moment if you're really scared of spiders. Am I... really? I'm out of the Deku seeds? Really? Wow, okay, did some drop here? Okay, good. Okay, that was weird. Didn't know I was out there. What you want to do is hit these green vines. And then, basically, from this point... Let's see if I can do this. Land on the green vines. Stop. Line up with the other one. Swing across. Swing across. And swing across one more time to get to the other side. And we got a Quadro Baba here. Perfect. Then, what you want to do is come back here and do that. Do it one more time. Get rid of its vines. If you want to, you can, and I'm going to because I freaking hate these enemies. Oh my god, it attacked me from behind. You gross demon, you. You're gonna hear me calling these things demons throughout this entire temple. Anyway, right here, pull out your slingshot again. This is really hard to miss. I missed this even during my practice run of this. The water levels will rise one more time. And if you remember that log that I showed you, that log that I showed you is now available for us to open. So let's go back over here. And I believe this takes us... I forget where this takes us from this point. Oh, right, okay. Right, that's what it is. This is so weird. I just practiced this temple like a couple of days ago. But anyway, we get the dungeon map. This will show us every area of this entire temple. Where Zelda is, where treasures are, and everything. So, perfect. Master, I have information for you. You have obtained a map of this area which we can use by pressing the plus button. It shows the positions of doors, locks, treasure chests, and things that can be identified with an X, but we can't use beacons in this environment. So now this is going to blink, and we can see this entire area here for us. And you know what? We've done a lot this episode. Wait, I don't want to go that way. Oh, I really didn't want to go that way either, but okay. We've done a lot this episode, coming into this temple and making it this far. So I think on the next Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, we're actually going to continue and progress further into this dungeon, and I will see you then, since we got the map and everything. See you then.